This is dedicated to this comment and this comment. So let's get started. I've had 3 people in my life that have said that I am sarcastic. The one that stands out to me the most is my previous landlord, and then the second would be my eldest child, who is a teenager at the time of this recording. You see, when I talk to people like this on the comments, you're going to see, is because I have to dumb down my speaking for people who behave as if they have the emotional intelligence of a 2-year-old. This is perfectly described in narcissism. These are people who lack emotional intelligence, which is evident in this lady's comment right here. You see, she thought she's being sarcastic by stating her comment, which I said, thank you, because thank you for pushing my algorithm. That's not sarcasm. But see, she thought she's being sarcastic with her comment, and she probably had sarcastic intent, because this is laziness. This is 100% laziness. Narcissism is laziness. You are too lazy to solve your own problems, so you intend to incite emotion in people so that it triggers them to solve the problem for you. America is clearly in the midst of a narcissist epidemic, and you have to speak to people in this manner. I fire clients who I have to thoroughly explain stuff to, because see, if you just go down and click the video, only at the 2-minute 30 mark will you find exactly what the chemical is that the man sprayed, and you will find a full explanation offered by this beautiful TikToker. But no, you want to spend your day on a faceless profile. It's always the faceless profiles. It's always the internet bullies that want to incite terror or incite anger out of people, when at the end of the day, the only thing you're doing is pushing my algorithm. That's the only thing you're doing, is pushing my algorithm. My feelings were actually hurt at one point in time, especially when my son said it, and that initial landlord said it, which I did a whole video on the landlord. I'll put a screenshot of what that video looks like, because matter of fact, no, I'm not. That's not what this video is about. I'm not doing that. You go down my freaking video list and find out when I said it was a video about black people who sabotage other black people's businesses. And this heifer said this in court. No, I'm sorry. She said this in person. And I was shocked, because I'm saying I'm sarcastic. I was going out my way to be nice to her. But see, the thing is that when you deal with people who have low emotional intelligence, you have to talk to them like they're toddlers. And it comes across as sarcasm. I had to literally Google today, which I'm going to put on the screen right here. How do you speak to toddlers? And then what is sarcasm? And sarcasm is rooted in intent. It's clearly rooted in intent. And that's not my intent when I talk to people like how I'm talking on this video. Because see, I can't raise my voice. I can't sound too nasty, right? And honestly, if you walk into a 3-year-old preschool room, now the sarcasm come out. This is sarcasm. When you walk to a 3-year-old preschool room, when I talk to Billy and Sally at 3 years old, it's like, hey, and how are you today? No, we're not going to do this today. Bullying is not okay. No, we're not going to be lazy today. Let's just click the button, because there are 3-year-olds on this freaking app. Okay? There are 3-year-olds on TikTok. And let me tell you, I'm going to end this video with this. How they're dumbing everybody down and becoming where you become lazy. Because I refuse to take that from my freaking children. All right? Like when my son comes in and says, I homeschool, and he be like, Mommy, what's XYZ? And try to get me to walk him through a problem, you will be using Google. You will understand how to solve your own problems because that's sickening. Okay, but anyway, we're going to end on this one. This is when I found out that Google caters to toddlers and they want you to have a toddler brain. Okay? Because see, I can't type in the algorithm, Google, look for the Florida man that did woo woo da da da. I gotta dumb it down like I'm talking to a 2-year-old. I had a 5-year-old client who has since been fired because I don't take no attitudes from no 5-year-old. No, I'm sorry. She turned, by the time I fired her, she was like 11, coming in with a stank attitude, rolling her eyes at me. But that's a whole nother video. This 5-year-old, I'm sorry, right, when she was 5, I remember. I said, how do you want your hair today? You know? And she said, hold on, Google, look up little girl's cornrows. I was shocked. I was amazed because I was like, wow, they have made Google, sarcasm, okay? They have made Google usable by 5-year-olds without assistance from their parents. So here this grown lady is making this ridiculous comment on my thread. And she was joined by somebody else. Let me throw up somebody else's comment. Call me some fake news. Okay? It's fake news because you refuse to not only Google. I know I put this in the comment. You refuse to Google. You refuse to even click on the video that's actually linked in the same 3 to 4 second video that you watch. I mean, the laziness is astounding. It's astounding. And not to go too heavy on my child who said this when I actually was unable to control my emotions. When he said this, he has that lazy spirit as well. See, he's excellent at tricking people into being upset so that they solve his problems for him. Alhamdulillah that I had a child like this because I understand why I'm going to have to sarcastically respond to these people on my YouTube channel because that's what I'm dealing with. This is fascinating to me because I don't deal with this in real life. I don't fully deal with it because I don't feel like having an attitude with clients. I just fire them. If I tell you this is what it costs and you wait till 6 a.m. at your appointment to tell me you have money issues, you have the emotional intelligence of a 2-year-old. Okay, because an adult would have said at the time of making an appointment, I'm broke, I'm struggling, I don't have the money, and I would have catered to you. But see, because you can't be direct, which is how this lady is the inspiration for this video, you're so lazy. Instead of saying, I'm lazy, I don't feel like looking up what happened. Instead of saying that, and being prepared for a yes or no answer, because I probably would have said no or not answered that. You rather say, let me trick her into being upset so that she tells me what happened. No.